This is the Real Melbourne podcast, the central point of this beautiful city's culture. I'm Alex Dickinson.
And I'm Brian. I'm still fixing my mic.
All right,
We can start. That's a good way to start.
We're in chill. We got some special guests in the building. If you're in the Melbourne scene, I'm sure you would have spotted these two lovely ladies around. And it might even just be for their creative energy in their respective fields, or it could have been just because they love to turn up and they're the life of the party. So we got singer, songwriter, producer r.em.edy in the building, and we have fashion designer and videographer Jaida The Creator. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us. So sorry.
Most definitely. This is
And together, we've been waiting for this.
Yeah.
Hi.
I'm low-key scared.
Don't be nervous. You're just on camera.
Yeah, hopefully. It's cool. I thought bring the two of you. You're obviously best friends, both really dope in your own creative fields. So I thought this would kind of be perfect for it. So how did the two of you link up?
We met was it 2 years ago?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably this is our third year of knowing each other, which is crazy.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
We were doing a
we're
shoot.
Sisters.
Yeah. We're both called Emma. Our actual names are both Emma. So we're technically, and our rising and moon. Star signs.
She went straight into the star signs.
This is getting intense.
We're both rising Aquariuses and Virgo moons. Okay.
I did not know anything.
Yeah, we have the same rising and moon sign, which is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway.
Cool.
But yeah, we met doing a shoot because we both did modeling as a part-time thing before we found what we actually wanted to do.
Yeah.
And it was a really weird shoot, wasn't it?
Oh.
It was
How long ago was that?
2019.
It would have been, it was December 2018.
Oh
Yeah.
shit, I didn't even remember.
Yeah, I don't know how I remember that, I just do, because, best friend.
Oh, you girls.
But yeah, you found a abandoned pool house or I don't even know what it was.
It was just an abandoned warehouse, and we shot there, and we let off the fire extinguishers, but I think they were
expired with asbestos, and now I have chronic sinusitis.
Damn.
Oh, that probably explains me too. But yeah, a vibe. How else would this chaotic friendship come together?
Literally.
Yeah, right. And the modeling thing just wasn't for the two of you, or?
I hated it. I did it for 2-3 years, and it was the worst time of my life.
But you were under an agency, weren't you?
No,
really?
I was
management.
No, I was independent, but okay.
But what's the difference between proper modeling and I guess what you're doing now is being an artist and getting photos done and
You get
fresh
to
shots
do
and all
it for
that sort of
yourself.
stuff. Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Whereas
Normally
modeling
it's for
under an
brands.
agency or for other people, it's kind of it's their vision, or you have to do things she's told me she had to bleach her hair so many times. I don't know if you wanted me to say that, but we can always cut it.
So you're not going with wigs, you're going straight bleach then. That's
I used to be platinum blonde hair, and then I did a runway. I won't say who it was, but I wish I could.
Did you sign some non-disclosures or something, or you just hate them?
I don't remember, but
It's probably
very
best.
mad at
Yeah, it's probably best to keep it like that.
That's it.
But basically, I did this runway. Got paid nothing for 60 hours of work. I got paid $200. And they said they were gonna do my hair and stuff because it was a hair runway. And I thought they were just gonna put some semi-permanent dye in it and then dye it back. And they bleached my entire head 3 times in one day, and my hair was falling out in fucking chunks of purple.
That's intense.
And I was seeing this guy from the army. Don't ask why. It was a weird time of my life.
Okay.
And I remember sneaking into the base at night after I had my hair all fucked up, and then his management were why is there fucking purple chunks of hair in your bed?
Wow.
And I was just I can't help it.
You had to see your man.
So those stories are connected. I didn't even know that. Interesting. She just will come out with these crazy stories. I went to an army base. What?
Yeah, who does that?
But now we've been best friends for our 4th year, and she just comes out with these random stories. I'm when did you do that?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Feels like you don't know her anymore, right?
I've had some interesting times in my life. That was interesting. Chilling out in the boot of a car for 15 minutes to get into the base. That was fire.
To get to the base?
Army base.
Yeah.
But I think
Whereabouts was the army base? Like, was it a long drive? Surely.
I don't remember. I was pretty out of it that time of my life.
Looks like you're a risk taker, a big risk taker.
I was.
Yeah.
And then now
that's me.
now that's her. I kind of grew up a bit. Yeah.
She's the mother figure to me. Yeah.
She's guiding you through all the
Yeah.
crazy times, yeah?
Very much so.
She makes all the same mistakes that I did.
It's good to have someone there who can watch over you and let you know when you're on the right track, you know? Check
we were
each
talking
other.
about it before because she's kind of experienced that stuff, so she's more patient with me. You know, she'll understand through experience why I'm acting a certain way, and then she can even help me like work through that or recognize that. So, you know, we get along like this.
So
Yin to
cute.
my yang, the peanut butter to my sorry.
It's getting lovey-dovey, Alex. Maybe we should leave the podcast and let them run it, yeah?
Right. It's just a full takeover, but no, it's
that's really cool. I think to have someone like close to you like that where you can be vulnerable as well, especially when you're doing some stuff that maybe is borderline. You probably don't want to go and see your parents or people you don't really trust that much.
even the therapist, right? Some things you don't even want to share with the therapist. So it's like, best friend right there.
It's crazy that you're bringing all of this up because like we've been talking about that too, like therapy and stuff. Just I don't want to put all my problems onto someone I care about. Maybe I should go talk to a therapist instead, someone that's professional. You know, you don't want to burden someone with your like all your negative stuff. Like obviously it's great to have a friend that you can talk to about all of that, but it's also important, you know, we all have our own problems. Keep in mind that you don't want to like that can affect someone else. So
But if they're a true friend, like they're gonna want to hear your problems anyway and want to help.
She's like, no problem is too much for me, and like
right? Yeah.
I feel different, but I appreciate you for that.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's normally like, I guess the people with the most problems love hearing other people's problems and love helping them with other people's problems
That
as well.
is the definition of me.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, have you gone to therapy? I guess, you're considering it at the moment then, right?
I actually, like the next few weeks. So.
Nice.
Fantastic.
Just
That's a
to
big step.
understand, myself better, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like mental health is something. It's especially in creative industries as well. It can get a lot because you have this persona. I mean, I'm talking like people who are very much in the public eye and stuff. You know, they kind of have to put on a persona to a certain point because. We were talking about it before. Like the media just loves to pry on all the negative or like paint artists in negative ways because that's what's going to get the most attention. So I think obviously I'm not at that level where the media is all over me or anything, but it's still like just in general, just for people in general, it's mental health is so important. So.
Yeah, definitely. And I think you had a bit of a PSA during like COVID time, right? For like artists to like, you know, make sure that, you know, everyone's okay, you know, making sure you still stay in contact with people like during that time. That was you, wasn't it? I'm not thinking things on.
I'm not sure. I definitely have become very vocal as an advocate for like all things that are just logically right, like human rights, especially with the Black Lives Matter movement and feminism and mental health and ableism in the COVID pandemic. As like I myself am a part of like the disabled community, I really want to explain to people how ableist society really is, and especially like our generation of younger people don't think that like it really matters to us because we're all young and vibrant, but there's so many of us that are suffering. But yeah, I'm trying to put something up, but I can't keep count. I put so much shit up. It's
That's good. Yeah. No, I like the conscious stuff and I like the meme stuff. I guess we'll get to the meme stuff. Meme stuff because I would meme you and I would send you those videos because like the shit was just so funny. Like, oh man.
And
but,
you know what? Sorry.
Yeah, go on. Sorry.
Yeah. That's another thing. I cut people off. So if I do that, guys,
I love it. Don't worry. Go for it.
personality trait.
Just check me. Anyway, what I was gonna say is I've forgotten. So cut.
No, we can't cut this.
We can't.
No.
Just keep rolling.
Keep it rolling.
No, I've really forgotten.
How's that?
I was gonna ask.
You know what? I do remember now.
Okay.
Okay, to add to the mental health thing. I'm sorry, guys. This is just me. Welcome to me.
It's Jaida on the
This is Jaida behind the Instagram filters. I feel like artists, like adding to the mental health topic, all artists are like fucked up, you know. We've had to like go through some shit, or like just mentally to have that ability to create such like absurd things, or I don't know. I think it's just a common denominator. I'll talk to any other artist, and they're like, yeah, this happened to me, or I'm going through this right now, and it's like, it makes sense.
Yeah.
You know.
And then their art represents maybe a little bit of their pain. Like,
we need to express that, so it only makes sense
Mm-hmm.
that we have some sort of something going on up there, you know.
I get it. So is it easier? I mean, it must be a little bit trickier for you maybe because you know, you're not an artist like r.em.edy. You can't necessarily sing about.
She
you know,
makes music low-key.
Oh, you do.
It's a secret.
I write. I like to write. I've recorded a few things. Still early days. I want to really perfect that before I put anything out.
Yeah.
But that's definitely another thing that's on the agenda. I love anything, any form of art, you know. I'll do painting, I'll do, lyrics, but even, I guess you could call them poems. In a way, they have a lot of substance.
That's solid. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, do you bring out, I guess, like any sort of real life inspiration, you know, into, I guess, maybe some of your videography as well as, you know, some of your fashion?
Well, I think fashion, how you dress, is already a form of expression. Because if you think about it, the way you dress also kind of is the way that you get treated in society. So you see someone in a suit, you're kind of going to hold them at a higher regard as, I don't know, it's just the way that people are, I guess. So it's interesting as well. I've had this conversation with my friend where we want to do kind of like an experiment where we dress in completely different ways and see how we're treated, like just out in public, which I think is very interesting. So I think, you know, how we dress in itself is enough of an expression.
Yeah, definitely. I kind of see it as, I guess maybe the way the two of you dress is like eccentric. So then it's like, it almost seems like, oh yeah, they're chill girls to talk to and like they must be down to earth. Like I already kind of get that feel from you. Is that sort of like the energy you want to kind of put out? It's just like, you know.
And also just like, I think the biggest thing is, you know, do whatever the fuck you want to do. Like dress how you want to dress. Express yourself how you want to express. Bars. Sorry, that was bars. Like, that's,
as I said, she's an artist, so the bars are always coming out.
Yeah. You know.
It's good. It's in your mind. It's what you're thinking, huh?
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, and I guess what about you, r.em.edy? Obviously, you probably take some real life experiences and put it into your music. Like, how's that whole process? Does it help you cope with, like, some of the issues you're going through in real life?
What?
No, I'm just excited for this.
Alright. You've been wanting to ask this question for so long, right?
Yeah, sure. It definitely helps me cope. I think, like, I'm unintentionally just really bitchy in my music. And I don't mean to be, but like...
What's a bitch? I don't know. I don't get that vibe, but like, maybe describe a lyric or something.
Heard the new song.
Ooh, I'm very petty. I'm very, very petty. Inspiration from toxic men, for sure. She's like going crazy about it though, because I have an EP coming out in a couple months. And my favorite track on it samples the guy that it's about. Like a voicemail he sent me, and I was just like, okay, I'll put that in my song. Sorry.
It's crazy. I don't even
And you don't get a percent. Idiot. You're toxic.
Well, I like low-key pitched him so that he couldn't sue me for defamation because I was worried. But I told him about it, and he was actually like cool with it, which was dope.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just like, sure, it helps me cope.
Can you...
You know, you gotta get it out, and it's kind of like a healing process.
Yeah.
I think for you.
Yeah, I've always written about like life experience from like the age of like 7 when I started writing. But I think like as I get better at being a writer, I really want to get into publishing and all that kind of stuff. And that makes me want to like write from others' perspectives or see what I can do stylistically, because like I won't always move to pop music, but then I want to be able to write really good pop records for publishing. So kind of creating the generic pop format emotionally for a song isn't always going to be authentic. But yeah.
It's tough too, right? Like, how do you put so much emotion into like something that's like commercially popular friendly? It's can be tricky.
It's definitely like a very different feeling when you perform it. It feels like low-key empty to me. But that's why I like grabbing experiences from a TV show or friends, so it's not like just completely meaningless. And then if you think that like, oh, it would connect to someone that had been through that, then that helps too. But
see, I kind of look at Drake as doing it the best way. Like, he'll say like the vaguest shit, but you'll feel like it's specific to you. Where it's like he talks about like, I saw you at the club and you hugged on someone and I know them type of hugs, and like, oh yeah, I fucking felt that. And he's like, same shit I used to do to women when I know I used to fuck. I'm like, man, fuck, I've never gone through that, but man, I felt that, dude. Yeah, shit like that.
Yeah, I think it's like, okay, finding something that people can relate to, or then also even like assuming the character of someone else. It's kind of like acting, you know? Like you're really taking on getting in that, like, okay, you're draking. You're getting in that feel.
Yeah.
You're draking.
Right. Yeah.
Well, we're following the
I love
topic.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's the thing, you might even be writing for guys, you know, in the future as well. So I guess, getting into that.
I'm sorry,
You couldn't do that?
I gotta say,
I don't understand a man's mind. Damn. Nothing against, but
Too confusing, huh?
but then men say that about women, so I guess it's like,
Absolutely.
and, you know, what can we do? We're not. We can only understand ourselves. But then we can only understand other people as deep as we understand ourselves. So it's another thing.
period. I will say though, when I was like 15, I remember I was doing like music production at TAFE and I learned fucking nothing over 2 years. It was horrible.
Damn.
I didn't know
Anyway,
you did that.
yeah, because it was
Another
pointless.
thing.
Just when you think you know someone,
Yeah.
But I remember like me and this guy were like talking. He was like, "Oh yeah, like I rap and all that stuff." And I won't say what his rap name was because then like he'll know who I'm.
Do you want
Anyway,
to shout him out? Or?
no, but
If
like
it's a funny, terrible rap name,
Yeah,
I really
boost.
want to hear it.
it was really bad. But you're just
I'll
gonna
bet, man.
But basically, he was like texting me one night and he was like, "Oh, like I heard you like rap as well. Like, I have this verse, like go write one to the same beat after my verse." And it was this really like sexual, like demeaning song about women. So I was like, I don't know how to connect to this. So like, I'm gonna just write a verse from a man's perspective. And I wrote this like whole verse that was talking about like how much I love pussy, like all this shit.
Was it dirty?
And like, fuck yeah, I love women, like my dick's so big and all this shit. And he was like, he just replied to me with like, how did you do it from a male perspective?
Also, he wanted you to do like a female.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm not degrading myself just so I can like please you.
Yeah,
So like,
sure.
I'm gonna do a guy's perspective, and yeah, that was the end of that. But that's the only time I've written for
Still
a
got the
guy
track?
per se.
Still got the track. Yeah, good question. Still got the track, or?
I've been meaning to record it, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be a
Wow.
bop.
Damn.
Yeah.
That'd be
Anyway,
funny.
Yeah. Yeah, you could kind of flip it into being like I guess a female empowerment song, you know, making the
he was
Stallions
so
Live Live,
concerned
maybe.
for me, literally.
I would be too. I'd be like, who's your writer?
What guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
No, that's sick. That's sick. Yeah, bro.
That's mad. I was so shook, bro. I want to hear the verse. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I was gonna ask like I guess you've kind of talked about maybe terrible stuff. I guess maybe in your records, like what was like the worst thing you've kind of said?
that's out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that might be out. Yeah,
Well,
because I might have heard it and just missed it. I don't know.
one of my favorite lines is in Congratulations. And it's shaming me for being broken, but you're the one that made me that way, acting so oblivious to mental health. Guess that explains why you can't fucking help yourself.
That's a diss right there.
I
That's a
told you
diss
I'm
record
petty.
right there.
I'm petty.
Setting shots. Nah.
Hey, women, people who really resonate with those feelings would really feel that, and
Yeah.
they'd love it too. So
And any girl that's been gaslighted or guy, I'm sure, would be like, fucking yes.
Yeah.
let's get it.
But yeah.
Hurt people. You know, that's
But
it.
the music coming out definitely has a lot bitchier lines, but it's a vibe.
What's the vibe of it? Is it more like up tempo kind of beach vibe of like women empowerment type stuff? Or is it still like chill slow vibes? So, yeah.
The EP, I haven't talked about it yet, but I'd love to talk about it here.
Yeah.
And it's called Last Summer, and it's 6 tracks. And it's kind of this story about this girl that like goes through this whole kind of toxic love cycle through summer, and just her experience from the day of everything kind of happens to how it ends. And it's just this beautiful story. There's a lot of different vibes. It's really mellow, it gets really sad, it gets really like upbeat, and there's one or two kind of female empowerment tracks. But yeah, it's I've been working on it for like a year. And I'm very excited to share it.
Yeah, a little bit of, so it's kind of like a bit of a timeline of like the last days that, you know, of summer. Maybe it might be a situation or a few situations. I don't know. Just but it sounds good. It sounds like a storyline that I'm bought into anyway. So
yeah, it's kind of like throughout 6 tracks, kind of like narrating experiences throughout that song.
It's very kind of conceptual and kind of gives you this story, but you have to fill in the blanks, I guess. And I wanted it to be like that so that there's kind of whoever listens to it can fill in those gaps with personal experience, because I feel really like everyone's been through like a toxic fling in summer, and I was kind of encapsulating that because I feel like that was the last time I really let that happen to me, because it is a really exhausting thing to go through and a very like teenage romanticized feeling.
Do you feel like summer is different for men as it is for women?
Summer?
Yeah, summertime in general, you know? I think
I think it's just like everyone's out more and you're connecting, you're meeting more people, you're like just having, I don't know, it's just a different experience, I guess, as like, you think about summer and then you think about winter, it's just, there's something different about it. I can't explain it, but I think we all know.
It depends what you're looking for, I guess, during the summer. What is the summer to you? You know, and meeting people can be, can go either way. It can be meeting someone to, you know, potentially fall in love with and build something. Or summer, a lot of the time, is, you know, meeting people who you meet 1 or 2 times. Shut the fuck up, bro.
That's talking about things. I'm just talking about summer in general. I'm talking like summer's the... You know, summer's like...
Throw me under the fucking bus, bro.
So I'm the first guy in that option, but he's the second guy.
This guy's wild, man. But yeah, like, I feel like, depending on what you're looking for in the summer, like, either way, it could be heartbreak, but I feel for women, they... Correct me if I'm wrong, the vulnerabilities might be a bit more there, because, you know, until, like, the Hot Girl Summer track came out and all that, like, you know, that's when I really first saw women like taking on, it being shown that women are taking on summers. It's just like, yeah, it's them, it's doing me, whatever. I don't have to be in a relationship, I don't have to be seeing a guy. But I feel like for guys, it's been that notion of like, oh, summertime, time to meet some girls and do all this crazy stuff and whatever. Unless you meet the right person, you know, who settles you down.
I definitely feel like it depends on the person.
Yeah.
And like being like logic, like for full logic, like females and males are completely different neurologically.
Yeah.
So of course the experience is going to be different.
Yeah.
But yeah, like if guys are more like in that like youth stage, they're gonna want to like fuck with girls and have no strings attached. And women grow up faster, so they'll probably want something that's more meaningful, and we're, you know, more into that deeper connection a lot of the time.
Is it harder going
But then again, there are women where they're like, you know, what if we just want to fuck around?
100%, like, that's what I'm saying. Not till I heard like that.
It just comes down to the person. Like we all have different preferences. We're all at different stages in our life. I know for me personally, right now, I'm very invested in myself. Even if I did meet someone that I got along with really well and I saw, you know, building a relationship with them, I wouldn't commit to them because right now I'm trying to commit to myself. And it'd be unfair of me to commit myself to someone else when I'm still not completely there with myself, you know?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, we say that until we find someone and then we're like, man, I'm so selfish. I just want this love right now. Fuck working on myself. Like,
I don't know.
Like, has there been people who come into your life where you're like, yeah, this is the right person for me, but I'm not quite right there. Then you're on a crossroads. You're like, do I give him a chance and maybe give him like 75% of my heart?
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
You know,
but the hurt is so strong. I feel it's very strong at the start before you even invest yourself into it. Yeah, and I feel like if people are going with that mindset into summer, like, I'd say it'd be harder to find someone through summer. I don't know. I guess maybe it's personal experience, because for me, summer is a very a jolly good time and have. What?
I think so.
I get what you're saying, and I just
She's raising me in a bad
just think,
picture.
no, I really just think it's different for everyone.
It is.
You
I
know,
mean, there's the
like,
energy. I'm talking about the energy.
You could
in
go
general.
into summer, that's
Yeah.
what I mean. Energy in summer is
Yeah.
like we all just want to
Yeah,
go out.
exactly.
There's beach parties,
Exactly.
clubs. The weather's nice.
Yeah.
Like we're all just going wild, enjoying our time. But I think like, say you went into summer with this mindset. I'm just having fun. I'm not gonna get into a relationship. Sorry. And then you meet this girl, and it's just like whoa, or you meet someone and they just completely change that mindset.
Course,
so
yeah.
it's always a variable. It can change.
How is it in winter?
In winter.
On the other side, I feel like cuffing season. Everything's.
Yeah.
See,
these
it's
are
happening.
just. Can I just
They're
say?
concepts. That's what they are. They're just like theories. They're concepts. They're ideas.
Society,
Yeah, they are ideas, but a lot of the time there's a high trend that follows those ideas, And I just want to see people's different perspectives on what they think or what they're. I'm not saying. I'm just talking about from my personal appearance. That's what I see.
Yeah.
But I just want to know what you guys think. Yeah.
I think summer is like for experience. And with like what I might go into summer looking for an experience or an adventure might be different to you or you. And that could change every single year. And like with the whole like cuffing season thing for winter or like summer being like all about fun, like that's literally just like society's idea of what like season should be, and like no one's emotions or brain is going to catch up with what like pop culture is telling us to feel.
Are they here for a season or are they here for a reason? Sorry.
Bars.
You want to do a freestyle later or?
Already did.
But yeah, I think I've always found myself like fantasizing about like summer flings or something because of like pop culture and movies and all that kind of stuff. And then for me, summer is about experiencing things and going on an adventure. And a lot of the times, like, I don't want something that's shallow. I always like push for that like deeper thing, whether that's a conversation or a connection with someone. And that's what I'm going to chase. Plus, like, Hannah Montana sold to me that the perfect date would be at a fucking carnival with a cute-ass guy called Jake with a guitar in summer and we'd fall fucking love. So we're going to chase that shit.
That's another, like carnivals, it just feels like that's a proper date. Like,
Yeah.
I hate them, but I just want to go so I can...
You hate carnivals?
Yeah.
What do you hate about
I
carnivals?
just get so overwhelmed. There's so much happening.
There's a
Sensory
lot of people.
overload.
There's a lot of people. It's
Yeah.
busy. Yeah.
I actually have not been to a carnival.
We need to go.
Can someone take me to a carnival this summer?
Right.
Just don't get ripped off by the carnies, the people that run the machines and that sort of stuff. Or like the basketball.
Have another game. You'll get time for your girl.
I feel like I've won something.
They
like
do
I
so
just-
bad.
You would.
I would.
You're so good at that shit.
Yeah.
I would always spend all my money on like claw machines as a kid. It was
Yeah.
And
so
it feels
bad.
like the ego as well that you want to like prove this guy. No, I could do this, and
I just want the fucking toy.
Yeah.
So random.
Ate
but
up your money as kids, man. Claw machines.
I went to there's this new claw machine in like Melbourne Central or something. I already knew it.
She's been sussing it out. She's been waiting.
This is like last week too. Last week. And
You're working your way.
You
to
really
the
noted
carnival.
that. I love that.
No, for real though, because I'm mad and I need to express my anger because this is a
Let
therapy
it out,
session now.
sis.
I already knew it wasn't gonna work, but I did it anyway.
You
know what? That motherfucker, they always go.
It sounds like a relationship. You knew it was gonna
Did
work.
I'm very deeply like it's. But yeah, it didn't work.
How much money did you lose on it?
You really would.
Yeah, I do, actually. Yeah.
$2?
That's alright. That's alright.
I thought you were going to say 20.
That's a lot too.
Yeah.
Don't tell them my financial status.
Yeah. No, that's crazy. But shit, I guess speaking of like society's constructs, Valentine's Day is coming up. That's around the corner as well. And it makes you feel like, oh, I need to be in a relationship or I need to be booed up or something. I don't know.
I'm in
Not
a
for you.
relationship with me.
I'm just like
Yeah.
excited for the sales on like ASOS and shit for Valentine's Day.
Alright.
That's the only thing I give
So
a
what do
fuck
you-
about.
So what do you buy for yourself?
I don't know, some lingerie, some nice
We
dresses,
should do
if
a
I can get enough
Christmas
money.
But for Valentine's Day.
Hell yeah. The only time I've ever celebrated Valentine's Day is I was like 14 with my boyfriend that I thought I was gonna marry. And we had like booked a restaurant for Valentine's Day.
At 14.
God damn.
Booked a restaurant,
It
eh?
was some serious shit. We dated for like a year and a half.
Yeah.
Anyway, that is anyway. I won't go into detail about that.
14. I didn't
Sound
even have
like
money to
Mrs.
take
Dude.
myself to a restaurant.
But basically, like, we had organized it for like 3 weeks, and I was like, oh my god, I finally get to like celebrate Valentine's Day. And I called him up on the day of it, and I was like, hey, like, are you ready? Like, we're gonna go. And he was like, I'm breaking up with you, and we're not going.
Oh.
And I was like, can we still go to the reservation though?
tough.
Like, I low key want to like eat on Valentine's Day. And he's like, sorry.
She was taking him
So I love Valentine's Day.
God damn. What were you saying about some Valentine's Day shit apparently in
No,
China?
I like
or
that
something like
story.
that?
That's I've definitely been asked. It wasn't Valentine's Day, but it was her birthday. But we had broken up like a little bit earlier. But we booked it, and I still wanted to take it. And, like I was an asshole.
Weren't you saying some
It was
shit
bad.
about China or something?
Yeah.
Like
So
They buy themselves.
China have Singles Day. I'm not too sure if you're aware.
I'm moving there.
Yeah, and it's great because like they it's kind of like a holiday to represent single people, and it's kind of like to love yourself and buy gifts for yourself to appreciate yourself. And like I was looking at like you've got Jordans on, so I recognize you. Like they're selling like Jordan Singles Day releases, and all that sort of stuff.
Sick.
And the kicks are fire as well. Yeah, and they
Because
all
I've
come out
seen-
in women's sizes actually.
I've seen
Yeah.
they're releasing some like Valentine's Day ones.
Yes.
Then to hear that they're doing that.
Singles ones,
Love
yeah.
it.
So,
I love
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
That's so
Yeah, the
fun.
Jordan 6s
Speaking
Singles
of,
Days.
I
Amazing.
made these. I'm just gonna. Can
Let's
I
have a
just
look.
do
Yeah,
this?
plug it.
So I made these today before I came. I don't know. Hold on. I'm gonna need to get up real quick.
Yeah, that's okay. Hopefully,
So
camera
they
gets
got
everything.
like hearts. Sorry, this is like my Valentine's Day edition, I guess. Yeah, these ones are upside down.
Mm-hmm.
Matching
Okay.
scarf?
Yeah.
Go
Yeah.
off.
Whoa.
You got the matching
Valentine's
scarf
Day.
as well. It's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is like all the fabric I had left. Otherwise, I would have made a sweater as well.
All right.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And you made that today.
Yeah. I have I tend to like make an outfit before I leave the house.
Yeah.
Like say I'll be going out and I'm like, I want to wear something cool. I don't like any of my clothes anymore. I'll just go make something. So
What material is that? What?
this, it's like kind of, I'd say tapestry. People call it like carpet pants and stuff, but it's more so tapestry. Yeah.
Yeah. And pretty comfy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty
sure.
warm?
It looks warm. Yeah.
Yeah, warm on a hot day. That's what we like to see.
Yeah. It was pretty hot today.
It was warm
yeah.
today, yeah.
No, I made sure I balanced it out.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
Get the
That's
arms in
tight.
there. It's good. Yeah.
yeah, got my.
We both got like things.
We're just different.
Yeah.
Express yourself.
Sun off your skin.
Have you made any stuff for Remedy over here?
Oh yeah.
I'm waiting.
Oh yeah.
She made me a dress for my birthday
And
like
it
6
didn't
months ago, and it didn't fit, and then I never started again.
no, that actually can
I'm
we?
still salty.
That
I want it.
project was
We
done.
be
Break
fine
my-
because I made pants. Did you end up shooting in them?
Oh, she made me these Pooh Bear and like Tigger
Fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
pants.
Yeah.
They're fire.
And I may be working on some other pants for you, but you
I'll
don't
see.
know. But I just told you.
Do you get lots of requests for people like, I've seen, can you make me a
Oh
pair?
my days, yeah.
Yeah.
People are like, when's your brand coming out? Where can I buy this? Like, can you make me one? And it's like, there's one of me and so many of you
Yeah.
that I'm like, I think, okay, I'm gonna plug kind of what I'm working on right now. So I'm working towards a runway with one-off pieces, which is generally what people want anyway. It's like, people these days, they want something unique. They want something that, knowing only they have it, it makes them feel special kind of thing. So that's where I'm leaning towards for now. I was going to go with a ready-to-wear collection, but then I'm like, right now, financially and like, just conversing with a manufacturer, I want to make sure my brand is sustainable. So that's going to cost a bit more as well. So I think for now, I'm going to build from like, just starting off with custom one-offs, do that kind of runway, because there's still a lot of people that don't know that that's my main thing. People think, oh, you're a photographer. And I'm like, I make clothes, so like this is, and I think for me, this is like my main passion. It's where I get the most fulfillment, so it's what I want to really invest into. So what I'm doing now is I'm like slowly easing out of the videography, photography side of things, and then just, I'm going to put my head down and just go hard for
Yeah.
this, it's my passion.
I mean, we'd love to see your own brand. That'd be pretty
It's
amazing.
coming.
you
It's
know?
happening.
And I'm sure people wouldn't mind paying extra, for the clothing,
Oh, yeah.
especially like your vision and what you're doing, like sustainability. We're all a part of. Like
course.
we can get behind that. Like
Yeah,
that's solid.
No, and
Yeah.
I've already had, especially seeing my friends, they're so enthusiastic on supporting that. I've got people that are like, they're always repping like the clothes I made for them, and they paid me properly, which I can appreciate because there's still this stigma in the creative industries, like, as artists or we all know, like, our work can be not taken seriously, sorry. It's like, oh, it's a hobby, but it's like, no, this is what I do, this is my work, I've gotten to the point with like my photography and stuff where I generally only do paid work unless it's like a collaboration with someone where I really believe in the vision. But other than that, it's business. It's like actual work. I'm getting paid for this. I've had brands reach out to me expecting me to do it for exposure or something. I'm like, no. If small businesses can pay me, you can for sure pay me. So, like, how do you think you can get away with that?
Yeah, definitely. And it's all
I'm
about
already
knowing your
making.
worth.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no, go on.
100%.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's like, it's exactly knowing your worth. And it's like, well, you've reached out to me and you've asked me for my service. You say you like what I'm doing, then pay for it. You pay for what you get. It's simple.
Boss bitch shit.
See you.
I like that. Can you talk about your collaboration with Champion, because that was a pretty huge deal.
Okay, because it's still kind of ongoing. I don't know if I can like, there's another thing coming up, another campaign, I guess, which is exciting. But I've also been working on a little collection with them, it's so overdue, but I didn't have an overlocker that was working. So now it's really in the process, and I'm gonna come out with that, hopefully, maybe the next 2 months, and probably sooner. I'm just saying that to allow myself more time. But yeah, so there's a little something coming out with them. They plugged me a bunch of fabric, and it's all like sustainable. What I really love about the Champion campaign, they like wanted it to represent us and like be very personal. They wanted us to wear our stuff that we created. It was like a sustainable line, so it resonates with my beliefs. I don't want to work with brands and then what they're doing doesn't align with what I believe in, kind of thing. So yeah, I really Champion, I think, as well. I appreciate that they like recognized. I don't even know how they found me. Like, I don't even know how they knew that I was making clothes, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But like,
And they gave you creative control as well?
yeah, well, with what I'm working on, they just gave me the fabrics, like, do you, which I really can appreciate that. I feel like, yeah, they're just, what Champion are doing, I really like. It's like, compared to other brands, they're just very authentic. I love it. So yeah.
Like that. Yeah. So I guess for the future, where can people like expect, to get some, even now, like if people are listening to this or watching this and they're keen to get some Jaida threads at the moment, like how can they get their hands on that?
I think I am taking customs, but it is a bit of like a thing where I'm gonna say maybe wait till the one-off collection is out, or further than that, the ready-to-wear kind of stuff, which will be very much down the track. Because I'm doing a lot of, like, right now, designing and styling for music videos, which is, like, very stressful and time-consuming. And then also, like, obviously, photography. I don't know, it's just always flat out, trying to do, like, so many different creative things, and then keep track of, like, oh, I've got this shoot or this meeting, or I've got to have this ready by then. Time management is... a lot.
Yeah.
We both have like ADHD to the max, and like time management with that is just fucked. So yes.
So has Jaida styled some things for your music videos and releases or shoots and that sort of
I
stuff?
shot like her first few music video, well, not your first, but
She shot Pick Up the Phone. And that was pretty fun. It was like 40 degrees and we were shooting in a field and it was fucked. Oh my actual god, it was like a mess. We were both just like, our phones wouldn't even turn on. It was so hot. But yeah, that was a vibe.
I think it's a flex for us that like, we started out kind of literally filming music videos like in my studio, which was a cubby house in my backyard, and like, just me, my camera, and you, and we'd like style these whole sets and make them look so amazing. And then it's like, it's just something nice that we're going to be able to look back at,
Yeah.
you know, in some time and be like, damn, like we really started there.
Yeah.
And it's like, look at how far we've come. Even now, you know, we've grown so much personally and creatively. Like, it's just such a beautiful thing that sometimes we need to like just take a minute, because we're always so like on to the next, you know, we finished this project, now what's next kind of thing. And it's like, no, you need to like sit back and like just appreciate how far you've come, because you really, like, both of us, you know, you're such a hard worker. Me too.
You are.
No, see, this is the thing. Artists as well, that's something we all do. We all, like, we're so much harder on our own work, and then everyone else around us is like, you're so, like, this is so amazing, this is so beautiful, but you're like, no, but this is wrong. And it's like, you need to, like, as hard as it might be, you need to appreciate that still, you know? Obviously, if you're not happy with something you've created, then by all means, keep creating until you find what, like, you know, it fulfills you. But still, you need to appreciate, like, you created that. You brought that into fruition. That's crazy. Like, acknowledge that for yourself. But yeah.
Period.
Yeah, that's some solid advice right there. I like that.
Yeah.
Because we can all get in our own bubbles of, like, our own thoughts of, like, our product isn't good enough, or just doubts, you know. And it's not good to kind of live in those doubts for too long, you know. It's important to have friends around you that, like, appreciate your work and encourage you to do better. But yeah, even for yourself, you've got to find validation from within as well. Somehow, some way. And if there isn't anything there, just get better until there is, I guess. Yeah.
Just keep working
No, it's like you really gotta.
Give it up.
Give it up, bro.
Give it up.
I'm just like,
Right.
sometimes I make some shit, I'm just like, oh man, like I need to focus on some other shit, because if I keep on focusing on this, I'm gonna be in a mess. And I think that's why, personally, for me, I enjoy doing like videography and a bit of photography here and there. But even the last like couple of months, kind of like worked with a few people, and I've had, you know, I come back to Alex and I'm like, man, I think I just want to do my own stuff for now, because the expectation I have on myself to provide like content that someone else is going to think is amazing, that kills me, you know, it kills me. And now I'm just like, hey, let me become a teacher, because I don't want to.
You're a school.
I don't want to put like creative, like putting a lot of energy, like mental energy into your creative field can really get you down or boost you up. It's a very big roller coaster of emotions, and if that's like, if your plan is for that to make you money at the end of the day, like, all the best for you, because everyone strives for that. I think at the end of the day, they obviously want to make money from something they enjoy. But if the stress coming out of it is too much to like deal with, man, I don't know, bro. I might just have to say laters, or just like keep it to my. I feel like when
create for yourself.
Yeah, when a creative thing comes, you don't get enjoyment out of it. What's the point in doing it anymore?
100%.
You know, you just got to enjoy it. And even if you're enjoying just creating it for yourself, that's better than putting all the pressures of having to make money from it or whatever.
Yeah, that's why I've had to like kind of just slowly step away from videography, especially like music videos. It's nothing against like artists I've worked with or any of that. It's more so a thing for myself where I'm like, it's just, I'm slowly starting to stop enjoying it. It's the stress of like due dates and like, is this good enough for this artist? Or, you know, it takes the creative direction out of it, where I feel like I don't have that freedom anymore, and I'm creating for someone else. And it's like, why would I create for someone else? I started doing this shit for myself. I want to end doing this shit for myself, kind of thing.
Exactly.
And it's like, I respect people who do that, and that's their main thing. Like, if you're a videographer and that's what you enjoy, that's amazing. But it's not me. I find my most enjoyment is when I'm creating, like, you know, some clothes, and then I see someone else wearing it, and it's like, but I still made that, and it's like, it feels good. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just create for yourself.
Do you feel like you have more attachment with the product that you're putting out because it's more from you, rather than, you know, you're making a video for someone else, but that's from them to the people, not really from you to the people?
Recognition too, and I know it's a bit of like an ego thing, I guess.
Yeah. But everyone has it in the creative field, I feel like.
Yeah, but it's like you've put so much time into something, and mental, like, you know, you've just invested so much into something, and then to get nothing back kind of thing, it's kind of like, damn, why did I do that?
Yeah.
But then when you do, like, you get good feedback, and it's like, damn, like, I really enjoy this. But obviously, like, first and foremost, it's got to be for yourself.
Yeah.
And for me, like, yeah, fashion is where it is.
Yeah. Do you have that similar problem, I guess, r.em.edy? It's just like some of these tracks I can't put out because you know they're just too personal for me, and
my God.
you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
I track like
That's like the opposite problem. They're too personal.
Oh, I guess, yeah.
No, I think I don't.
But
know
you
if
also
I
don't
can-
want to share it, yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna speak
like
to-
struggling to like put something out because it's not perfect.
That I was thinking more so just maybe it being just too personal for you to put
Oh,
out,
no,
not being happy
never
for
that.
it. Sort of
Oh
You know
my
what?
God.
I think it's
Alright.
sometimes like when she's working with someone else, and then she doesn't feel like she's not completely happy with it, but because she's committed to working with this other person, she's like, it's gonna do. I'm gonna settle for that or something, and it's like, no, if you don't like it, be vocal. I don't know. I don't want to like speak for you too much.
Well, I
but
think with like doing features, I did like something like 38 features in COVID.
Took
like,
on too many.
It ruined me. But I think I really want to respect the primary artist's creative vision and what genre they want to go for and what kind of vibe they want, and that's not always going to be exactly what I would want to do or where I want to go, but I need to respect that. And then I think that sometimes like makes me lose a bit of passion because I'm not doing 110% of what I want to do. And I have a very distinct style, and I can strip it back, but I just don't have as much fun when I do. So I definitely feel like that when I'm tributing to their style makes me a lot more unmotivated and a lot more displeased with my work.
Are you still putting out like quality content for them, quality stuff for them?
I hope so. I definitely.
In your
She
eyes,
is. She's
not from their
still hot.
perspective, from your perspective.
True.
Do you feel like you're putting out good stuff that they like or you enjoy?
I think like right now, honestly, I hate my voice. I'm so sick of it. Like I'm not happy with anything I do because I've just been like working myself to the ground and doing things that are more on a business side rather than creative
creating.
inspiration.
Yeah.
So you can't listen to any of the tracks that you've posted?
Only like 4 of them that I like, which are like unreleased and stuff. But I'm definitely a big.
What about the
like,
released ones though? I'm talking about.
I've not listed them. I'm a big like hater on my own stuff, and I think like the
You're
more
a hater. You hate it.
so more I sit with something, the more I'm gonna pick it apart.
Yeah.
And yeah, I have a very particular process, and if anything is like a little bit out of whack, I'm gonna tear myself to the ground. But yeah.
So you're gonna go back and delete some of your old tracks, or?
She already did.
Yeah.
My old tracks.
Yeah, or like just
Stuff
stuff
you
you
put out.
released. Yeah, it doesn't have to be like old, but even just recent.
Well,
stuff.
I mean, I had like a whole EP out, and I like deleted And then everyone was like, I'm listening to that. Why the fuck did you do that? And I was like, I don't care. I'm embarrassed if you're listening to it.
But
Like, I
it's
hate
still,
it.
it's valid. If you don't fuck with what you've put out, you have every right. You know, that's your work.
Yeah.
Do with it what you want.
Do you feel like rebranding is becoming like a very common thing in like
It
modern
is.
creative? I feel like a lot of people are going through more rebranding phases now than probably have in the past, so you don't hear about it too much. in
We're
the past.
constantly growing and changing, so
yeah.
like, you know, who we were a year ago is not who we are now. If we don't feel like keeping that out kind of thing, then
Yeah.
why should we, you know? That's something that's in the past.
It's
Leave
fair
it that
enough.
way.
But people enjoy like a journey as well. I think people
Yeah,
enjoy
for sure.
seeing a journey in a musician or an artist to be like,
Yeah.
oh, this is where they were then, and
This-
this is where they are now. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's kind of the same thing with like Instagram posts. Like, I didn't read I didn't read into it too much,
I
but
get
like you know
it.
how people like they'll have like their whole Instagram with like 40 posts, and then
Yeah.
you'll come back next week and
Not
it's like
archive
oh whatever, and it's just
everything.
like one photo.
Yeah.
It's kind of that
Yeah.
rebranding thing. Yeah.
I think it is really nice to see like the journey.
Yeah, I think it's nice to see the journey too.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
feel like I would have kept my projects up if I was like proud of them,
Mm.
but realized that like they're not a part of me. But it was the fact I was like, I sound like shit, and I'm embarrassed if anyone listens to this, because I think like COVID helped me like find where I want to be as an artist, because I was like, I only really introduced myself to the scene in December of 2019. And then had that like 4 or 5 month period before COVID hit, and that was my only time in the scene. And I like just started producing and just started like figuring out what I wanted to do. So I was like just dabbling in everything, kind of like not thinking twice about it. And then COVID kind of made me step back from it, find my comfort zone, and like even just like recording vocals, I do it a very certain way. and then all those past projects for like one takes, and I'm like, well, what the fuck is that?
So a bit more precision now with your work and how you're recording. That's cool.
I track for like 60 hours minimum.
Yeah.
And then edit for like 10 hours or something. Like I just like pick it apart. And I will only ever track my vocals because I'm not putting anyone else through that.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Like they've tried.
It sounds like a lot of work, yeah.
Yeah. But I think, finding that style has definitely made me hate my work less. But I'm still going to be a bitch about it.
Yeah. Okay, so how'd you go, because it must have been tough for you, how'd you go with the new wave project then? Because you're... Because that's other people engineering your work, like, it's got to be a little tricky.
I love them all so much, by the way. They're like my favorite people in the world. I love them so much. But yeah, I actually went to only like one session for like 3 hours, and I had no idea who anyone was.
Yeah, I must have missed you because I was there for 2 sessions.
Oh, dope. But yeah, I was there really, really briefly, and I had lost my hearing, over half my hearing for no reason.
Is that on the day?
It was for about a month.
Oh, okay.
And I couldn't get it back. We were going to hospitals and all that stuff, and I couldn't figure out what was going on. Had like chronic pharyngitis and sinusitis as well. And I was just like falling apart. Could not be a vocalist in any way, shape, or form. But I went to the session and just like winged it. It was my first ever writing session with other people. And I couldn't hear what I was doing. Like I just had to go off vibrations and like the little parts I could hear everyone else. So a bitch was pitchy in the fucking one takes. But Body Out of Mind, which I was on, we kept the original vocal. And it sounds like I'm doing vibrato, but I'm just shaking because I'm so anxious. And then Food for Thought, I messaged Tate. I can never say it right. I'm just going to say Reiko, but it's like Reiko. Yeah.
No, it's Rico.
I love him, but he
Nasty.
hates me because I always get it wrong.
Call him Potato. I said I would do that today. Potato.
Oh, potato. Or tater tot.
That's good, yeah.
Either
If
one.
he sees this, I'm sorry, I had to.
Hi, tater tot. But Food for Thought, I messaged him and I was like, I really just love this song and I want to do it justice. Can I just like get the stems and just do my thing? And I just re-recorded that really quickly. And that was good. But yeah, I was so blessed to be on the project. There's like, I can't believe I know those people. It's pretty like wild to think that those people are in my city and those people are my friends, and yeah, there's so much talent.
Yeah, it was really dope, hey. But it would be hard for you to do something like that again, right? For someone else to...
If I could hear it, would be a lot easier.
Right, okay.
But yeah, everyone was really supportive and like was helping me through not being able to hear anything, which is dope. And, you know, that whole new wave group are such good friends of mine and are so considerate just with my health and and what I want as a creative process. Because Tater Tot,
I started something.
I literally saw him before
Rocko, Psycho, what?
We literally saw him before this, and I was like, I'm gonna call you Nate on the podcast.
I said potato, so I already did that. I kept my word.
Yeah.
But we've done like 7 songs together through COVID. So they should be coming out soon. There should be one next month as well.
I'm so excited, man.
But yeah,
compliment each
he's
other
probably
so
my
well.
favorite person to collaborate with. He's so considerate of my perfectionism, which is so hard to deal with.
Yeah. I get that vibe from him. He's a very considerate person. Like, even just through the doors, you know, during the new wave sessions, like, he makes sure to greet everyone and make sure everyone was like comfortable and all that sort of stuff. So he's sick. Yeah.
And he's so talented. Like, his sound is incredible. I think it's so rare for an artist in early stages to have such a distinct style that you can listen to other music and be like, oh, this reminds me of that. And he just has such a solid sound, and his production is fucked up. Yeah. But anyway, love you, Tater Tot.
For sure. Well, look, speaking of sounds, like, it's kind of interesting because I brought some family members to the care package where I first met you, and I DJ for your performance, and I think I told you this actually, like a family friend of mine said that you actually sounded or reminded her of Sampa the Great. which is kind of interesting.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, I told you this. Yeah.
What?
No
Which is,
way.
and I told her, I'm like, I'm definitely not in like the sort of the beats or even like
Yeah.
subject matter, but just the voice though. Like that's what she heard.
Wow, that
Yeah.
is. I love samples so much.
Yeah, wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like. I don't
Yes.
see
Do
how.
you see it at all, Jada, or no? Just
hear
in the
it,
voice.
do I hear it?
Yeah.
Well,
I think
know
we
her
both
voice
have like
so
a
well,
neo
so-
soul kind of
Yeah.
undertone, which I really love to throw into everything I do. But that's such a compliment. I can't even like take it.
Yeah.
But
No, I
thank
think-
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just know your voice so well that I don't think I could even. Usually, I do this thing where I'm like, whoa, like, you kind of remind me of this artist, which, like, you know, I know it's not, you shouldn't be comparing artists, but when you, like, hear someone's voice and you're like, wow, they kind of bring me back to this song by this artist kind of thing. But with M, she has such a unique voice. In my eyes, like, she's just in her own lane, so
Yeah.
I couldn't
see.
really compare her to anyone.
Definitely. Yeah.
Thanks.
And I'm tripping a little bit because your song Congratulations, like it reminds me of something, but I still can't. After so many listens, I still can't put my finger on it.
True.
Like, just I think maybe the melody of the chorus. I'm too sure, but I love the track though. It's like
Thank
it's so
you.
sick.
It was
Yeah.
like one of the first songs I ever produced. I
Yeah.
didn't even like remember to put bass in it.
That's
I'm
okay.
so
Just turn up the
bad.
low end in your car, guys. You know,
Yeah.
you'll be fine.
Yeah. But thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's probably like the only song I'm actually like proud of, apart from the 2 songs I released last year.
What about Loving All These Men? I'd love for you
Yeah.
to talk about the meaning behind that track.
Yeah, it kind of happened accidentally. A2 reached out and was like, I really want to make you a beat. And I don't know how to say his artist name. But it's very, it's like Isha Rishad or something. I don't know how to say his name properly.
Isaiah Rashad. What is
Yeah,
it?
something like that.
Yeah.
I always fuck it up. I'm sorry. I have dyslexia. I say everything wrong. But I asked for like a beat that was like that. It reminded me of like Scissor and very old school.
Yeah, like TDE vibes. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm so sorry that I butchered that name.
That's cool. Yeah,
But,
I got you. Yeah.
Yeah, but then he sent me that beat and I was like, this is so fire. And I just like wrote for 5 minutes and it was done. And yeah, it was definitely like a message for my feminist community or like women and stuff, and kind of about how society tells us that we need a man to be complete, and we don't. We just need ourselves, and we can find that self-love and that acceptance in ourselves. And the song kind of walks through the journey of like me loving all the toxic as men when I just need to love myself instead. And it was kind of like, I think I write songs before I'm there mentally. And after writing that song,
It's like
and
a therapy session.
yeah, it's like
You come
remedies.
to terms with it. You know, it's the healing process.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Didn't mean to interrupt.
She does that. I hear.
Yeah, it's just a Jaida thing.
And it was kind of like, remedies always subconsciously where I'm going to be in like 3 months. And after I wrote that, I kind of realized how much I really do need to love myself. And yeah, I was like, so glad people liked it. I thought it was just like going to be like a random drop and like people would forget about it, but people really liked it, which was dope.
No, I like that a lot. Like, I mean, you keep talking about toxic men. Like, what's the common trait between like all these men? I guess you don't.
Trauma.
Ah.
That's what all bunches them together in my brain. Anyway.
All right, we'll move on.
I could talk about toxic men
Cut
forever.
the cameras.
Yeah.
But no, like even like.
So what, they bring their own trauma onto you and I guess try
Well.
to damage you. I don't know. I'm just trying to paint a
I was
picture.
trying to
I
know
don't
what psychologist is there.
Yeah.
Well, I guess like toxic people.
Gaslighting.
Yep, definitely gaslight and manipulate and all that kind of stuff. And I have been exposed to that behavior in men from a very young age. Therefore, I thought it was normal. And then there's a trauma response that kind of tells your brain that you need to go towards those kinds of peoples and behaviors because it's a comfort zone and it's familiar and it's safe.
Yeah.
So I'm constantly drawn to that and I will be forever, but it's just like something I have to workshop. And yeah, I just like want to educate women that they don't need to chase that because so many women have that experience, and that
subconsciously as well.
Yeah, and that comes like hand in hand with adrenaline addictions in mental health, which is kind of chasing the adrenaline and trauma that like a toxic situation would give you, because it fulfills you and it gives you dopamine, and it's like a drug. And I know so many women that follow that and live by that day to day, and you can find that happiness, you can find that dopamine in yourself. It just takes time.
Yeah. Is there a way to kind of rewire your brain into not finding the validation in that, or not finding attractive qualities within, that?
It's a form of therapy, I guess. I think everyone's very, very different. And it just takes workshopping. I think it's like a daily battle and a daily thing you have to remind your brain. Because when your brain goes through that trauma, it's always going to have that there.
Because you said forever, and like you'd hate to hear that. Like if you were attracted to something like that forever.
But there are ways to workshop it and to get better and teach your brain eventually to divert from those situations and people. But it's just not overnight, Yeah.
I feel you. Okay.
We were talking about like on the way here in the car, like how when you're a child, the way you're brought up, you can like inherit certain toxic habits or something from your parents. And there's like, I'm sure we've all like got something, and it just takes the like, unless we've just had such a perfect upbringing, which I don't know if anyone has, there's always something. But I think like it starts with just becoming conscious of that, like just being aware of, okay, I do this because my parents did this when I messed up or something like that. And then from there you can like work on, okay, what am I gonna do differently now so I can break that cycle? I don't want to pass this on to my children, so like just in certain situations you want to maybe just tell yourself, even if you don't believe it, just tell yourself something like, it's fine, I'm okay, I haven't done anything wrong, until you believe that. It's just like, positive affirmations rather than like negative self-talk, just small things like that, I guess. And then you just, fake it till you make it, kind of. It's like a real thing. You just got to rewire your brain in a certain way, I guess.
Yeah, that's solid. One more track I'm interested to talk about is Like You Should. I don't know if you're still a fan of that track.
I love that song. I'm so sad people didn't vibe with it as much as
No, I like that track.
You just,
Thank
you.
Yeah.
Brought up sorry. Go on.
Yeah, and I guess the reason why I really like that track is like, I guess the hook is like kind of unique and interesting, like the way you use your vocals into crafting that with the high pitch and the low pitch and that sort of stuff. And I'm like, okay, it's a little weird at first, but I kind of vibe with it. It's cool. But I'll talk about, I guess, the meaning behind that track and the process.
I love that song so much. I really wanted to go for a very Erykah Badu kind of
I see that,
sound.
I do see that.
Love her whenever I sing, like...
You got the incense in the air, like...
Hell yeah! Whenever I sing, like, neo soul or jazz, which is my favorite, it's almost like my soul just feels so warm, and I feel this, like, fire of, like, acceptance and power in me, and it's just, like, this beautiful feeling. And I feel like it's this alter ego of, like, Erykah Badu. I just fucking love her. But yeah, I really wanted that song to encapsulate that feeling I get when I sing that kind of music. And I made it with Blonde Moss, and we did a writing session straight before COVID went through shits. And yeah, we just laid down a little bit of an idea. I was like, cool, I will track this at home. Sorry, I can't do it here because I have to spend 60 hours doing it. And I sent it to him and he loved it. Just made it a bit more neo soul with the drums and stuff. And yeah, I really love it. It was kind of trying to go for that more pop format, vocally and lyrically, because I think I'm very like in depth with my lyrics and very to the point and certain, and don't really leave anything up for the imagination. And pop is so good at being vague. So I really wanted to experiment with that. And yeah, it just kind of became what it was. It was kind of me visiting a relationship I had when I was 17. Kind of the feeling of yelling to your partner, like, why, like, I know I'm worth it. Like, why won't you love me like you should? Like, I know you should be doing that.
That's
Dash
a solid-
date.
Yeah, that's I like that definition right there. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, but thank you for listening to it. I'm very excited to perform it one day.
Okay, yes. Yeah, because some of your other tracks, like Pick Up the Phone, like that was a nice hypey track.
Everyone loves that performance.
I like the way you introed it as well. You're like, when I say, you know,
Oh my gosh,
you say Pick Up the Phone.
There was this time at laundry and what happened? We were
I
like
brought
raging
up
up
on
on the...
stage and did it with me. And everyone was
We're
just
just
so
getting
lit. It was
Yeah.
really fire. Yeah, Pick Up the Phone I wrote when I was like drunk as fuck. It's like one of the first songs I produced as well. And I had when I first started producing, my friend Jenna from high school, we always used to get drunk and record random shit in my voice memos on my phone. And that was just one of the times, and she was just yelling like, hello, like, what's good, like, pick up the phone, bitch. And then I was like, I'm gonna write a song about that, and then just made it what it was about when you break up with your ex and you don't want to see them, but you just want your fucking shit back, and you keep calling their phone and being like, yo, like, give me my shit back. And they keep declining your call because I think you want to get back together, and it's like, no, I just want my clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's solid.
She's good with like sampling and stuff, you know. She's
Thank
always
you.
trying to sample my voice or something, or like she's made songs just sampling the craziest stuff, like Scooby Snacks, Noodles. I don't even know, just absurd things, and
He's
that's
got the best Scooby-Doo impersonation, actually.
now.
Please do it,
Now.
please do it, please.
I'm so glad you brought that
You
up.
know, he's just clowning me, bro. I just like.
Okay, fine. Okay, I do my Elmo, she does her British, and you do your
I don't see Scooby. I don't know.
Wait, can we have a conversation all in these personas, please? What are you?
I didn't do anything.
I can do my Maltese grandmother.
Okay. And you're Scooby.
I can't do Scooby.
It's a mindset.
First time I'm hearing this, you know? He's always clowning me on some shit like that, you know? I'm like, I just want to...
Don't lie, I know you're lying.
When I'm just mumbling, that's probably what I just say.
Yeah, okay. No, pick a voice now. We want to have some fun now, don't we?
I'm Roadman.
You're Roadman.
You're
UK
Elmer.
UK
Okay,
You're a
Roadman.
roadman.
Oh, I don't.
He's got a bit of
I'm gonna
Roadman too,
embarrass you.
actually.
Yeah, no, I want to hear it. Let's have a conversation.
I got no
On the op
roadman.
block.
Yeah, I got no roadman. I got no roadman.
Look, man, stop it.
All Alex does, he just quotes fucking UK songs and just like...
It's great.
Can you do
Yeah.
a British accent?
Not really. Huh?
Her British
I can
accent
do.
is like, it's not what you. would
No,
think.
I hear it sometimes when she's talking, and
right?
like,
It's
It just
so
comes out.
bad.
it just comes out randomly. Yeah,
It's so funny.
It's sick.
It's a coping mechanism when
It's
I
a
don't know
sick
what to do.
Can you delve more into the accent?
I don't know.
That's her. See,
Oh.
she calls that British.
British?
Do you call
I'm
it
fucking
British?
British, you fucking muggle.
Shout out to the Harry Potter fans.
I actually, when I was shooting visuals for the EP, and I was shooting with Tom and Rachel from New Wave and Holly, we had this like ongoing joke about British accents, and the entire time I'd be like, "Oi, Ratch, are you ready to film?" She'd be like, "Oi,
Is that
Emma,
British show? Like, are you serious?
let me do my thing, okay?" And we had this whole like, we came up with a new slang word because they do all that weird shit like, what's that, you fucking minge? Or like, whatever the
Yeah, what does that mean again? Minge.
It's more like pussy.
like,
Ah.
You can't
there we
cheat.
go.
Yeah, like pussy. But you gotta like put some force into it.
Yeah.
The goddamn and the mandem.
The gal-
I'm not doing it right. But like, you
real
know,
artist, you know? It's-
peng
yeah.
ting with the big bundi.
Yeah, there we
I can't do,
go.
I'm not doing it. But you know, you gotta speak the lingo, and you're on your own wave.
yeah. But we came up with a new one, which is you fucking booger.
Booger.
Yeah,
Which means just your
fucking-
snot. Like, what does that mean?
It's a profanity.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Fam, it's a profanity. What do you mean,
I'm
man?
getting screwed.
Fucking booger.
Bear shit, yeah.
Bear shit.
Yeah, but like booger isn't like snot.
I really
like,
hope
that's what it
no.
means.
I'd like an
one
insult.
sees this.
Yeah.
I'm
You're
sorry.
Like,
right.
instead of being like
Your
cunt
waist
or whatever,
man.
you're just
Yeah.
like, you fucking booger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I watch
good.
a lot of UK shit, but I can't. I'm not a performer. I'm definitely not the person to be on camera.
I feel like I should be an actor.
Bro, in fucking COVID, she like.
I'm scared.
She started like a star now, and
Stop.
She started what?
She started a Star Now, which is like this talent scouting website. And then she was like, I want to be an actor. Just one day she woke up, she's like, I want to be an actor. And then she like applied for like all these like acting things.
Stop! You're telling the story wrong. This is my story.
And then she like sent me one of the videos that she sent in or was going to, and she's like, look how good I am at this. And she was trying to cry, but she was like low-key laughing the entire time.
No, okay, she twisted the story. Let me tell the real story. So I got casted, like I got called in to before COVID happened. Obviously it never ended up happening because COVID and then that whole year of drama, but they sent me the script and I was like practicing and I had to like show certain emotions and like I don't know, I kind of can't really do that, but my voices and the way I can assume, pretty good. I was doing a mid-Atlantic.
She was like smirking while like pretending to cry.
Yeah, it was
and
really
it was beautiful.
What was supposed to act out?
Okay, one thing I
weren't
will
you
say
like,
is my
John,
memory.
why won't you love me or something?
Yeah, it was something, but basically it's like the old accent you use in like, sorry, not use, you see in like really, like think 1920s or I don't even know, 1950s. They used to get taught in schools to speak a certain accent. It was like, I don't even think I could do it now, to be honest. It's been a while, but it's called Mid-Atlantic and it's like...
Mid-Atlantic, yeah.
Yeah, you think like, I don't know, Marilyn Monroe,
like,
maybe. It's
like newscasting?
It's like...
type?
I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to embarrass myself.
Do it.
Okay, it's like...
Get close to the mic
Do
so we
it.
know what you say.
Okay. Oh, remedy. No, I can't do it.
You had it.
It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be.
I'll do it with
Hold on.
you. Jaida.
That's so. No, that's not it. But I think you guys, you get the.
No,
you
you
get
gotta
the
do
drift.
it. Say my name. Say my name. Say my
name. Okay. Give me a script. Give me a character to assume. Give me a situation. Why is this turned into... Now it's a casting call, really.
Remedy, you're a painting.
You go to the bakery in the morning and go and get some bread.
Perfect.
Okay. Let me assume my character. I'm a sophisticated lady. Oh, excuse me, sir, but do you happen to have a bun of bread?
You killed that. Even the hand
Flame it. Oh, I know.
Really good.
That was terrible. Anyway, moving on.
You're a star.
That was nice.
One more scenario. A man wants to see your elbow for the first time. No, because like that was a real thing back in the day.
Oh, okay, hold on.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I can't believe you. I'm revealing myself, like that type of
Okay.
shit. Yeah, that was a real thing.
Wait, John, you really want to see my elbows? Are you sure? I can't do it. I mean, all right then. Here's my elbows. Casting crews, if you see this, I'm waiting. I'm ready.
Ready to go. Multitude of.
Oh, you guys just want to? You guys just want me to
Yeah.
embarrass myself? I get it.
No, that was great.
I know.
That was fun. That was fantastic.
What's the word? It was articulate. It was
Magnifique.
Sophisticated.
mind-boggling. It was.
Mind-boggling.
What the hell
I'm at a
is
loss.
this
I'm at a loss of words.
It was
Yes.
comedic.
Yeah.
It was very funny too.
So you think it was funny?
It
You
was
think I was
funny.
being?
It was good.
Oh, you think I was being funny?
You're being creative while
Do you
being,
take me as a joke? I can't. No. Moving on. Cut the cameras.
Nah,
That
she
never
goes
Dead
happened.
for the
ass.
rest of the
Dead
podcast.
ass.
Cameras dead ass.
Okay. Fine. I'll speak like a lady.
It's a laugh. I think when you see your friends do or people you don't know do impersonations, it's
That was
exciting.
such a bad.
I'm still waiting for the Scooby.
Huh?
I'm still waiting for the Scooby.
I swear.
Come on.
Just improvise.
I didn't know how to do Scooby.
Wait.
You
What's
just
that?
say- you
Is it
say-
Daffy Duck? Do Daffy Duck.
How do
Well,
you
is
guys say
that is that what fucking tash? Is that
I'm not.
Everything has to be with a lift.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Daffy. Yeah,
That's Daffy,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wait.
Wait.
There's someone I do really well. There is.
What about Shaggy
Yourself?
from Scooby Doo?
Can you do that?
Like that.
I
That'd
feel
be
like that. I
great.
feel like you've got all the Scooby characters down.
Yeah,
Nah.
he's trying to throw it on me.
Right? He did Raggy before. I heard it.
Yeah.
I heard you.
Raggy.
No, you did it before.
Scooby.
Yeah.
I caught you
You
out.
caught me.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Do you want to hear a story though about my voice impersonation fantasy when I was a kid?
Let's go.
Okay, so I don't know why, but I really wanted to be on Australia's Got Talent when I was a kid. Like, would literally,
Sorry.
would literally like every single weekend print out like 900 pages of the contract and throw it on my parents' bed and be like, we're going, and they were like, we're fucking not.
What are you gonna do?
Surprisingly,
No, wait, no, it's all good. I got that. Continue. Yeah, just hang on, bro. Yeah, continue, sorry.
surprisingly, I didn't want to like sing as a singer. I wanted to do my Lilo and Stitch impersonation of Stitch while singing Hannah Montana songs.
Can you still do it?
I'm not doing it.
Do it! I did mine! No.
I haven't. It will trigger some traumatic shit of me, like yelling at my parents, being like, "Why won't you let me be famous?" And like,
Voice though, it's weird, yeah.
I would literally do it like every breathing second, and my parents were like, "We're gonna throw you on the street." I swear to fucking God, just like shut up for 1 second.
That's crazy.
Like, I would get like all these backing tracks and just sing like Hannah Montana songs and like Britney Spears songs, but in like the Stitch voice. And be like, and I always remember like getting like a picture up on Google of like the 3 judges, and like I would make it like full screen and then just like perform to them and be like, yeah, you like that, like I'm so talented.
I have a question. How do you remember this far back into your childhood? Because I don't. Man,
It was a really big part of it.
It's a defining moment.
It was. It was when I knew I was a
You
star.
want to be a performer though.
true.
I have so many videos on my hard drive of me like performing as a kid in my room. I have like one I saw the other day. It's me lip syncing Firework by Katy Perry, and I'm like, do you ever feel like a plastic bag?
She's born for it.
And I'm like 8, and I don't even know the words properly. But anyway, so star quality.
Can you do a Stitch impersonation just
No.
without singing, without even singing?
No, I forgot how to do it, honestly.
No, I want to remember that voice too because I know it's a weird voice.
Stitch.
Stitch voice.
Yeah,
you need to
gotta-
do it. You like it was.
Pull up on the phone, hold on.
Yeah, no, please
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
I'm really.
But it's like,
invested.
it's deep and
I
hoarse,
know, it's like-
right?
You gotta
Very,
think
like,
of that as like
scratchy.
family, you know. Aloha means family.
That's
Oh!
that's literally it. That's literally it.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
That's a good go-to, yeah. That's
Great one.
I also wanted to be an opera singer in primary school, like grade 3 at lunch. Bruh, I was troubled. But like, I wasn't into it, I just wanted to do it.
Yeah. Did you try?
Well, at like lunchtime every single day in grade 3, I would just like go into like the courtyard and just like scream songs and be like, yeah, I'm gonna be an opera singer or whatever. Like, and everyone was like, who the fuck is this chick? And like, what is she doing? And I'd be like, y'all are just jealous.
Tell us a story about how you like sang that song for your crush.
Oh my God, that is, bro. Which time?
Loving all these men, guys.
As I said, from a young age.
all the way back.
So I started writing when I was like 7. I started writing to Saddle Club and Hannah Montana like karaoke CDs.
Yeah, I love that.
Because I didn't know how to play guitar, and I think I got a guitar when I was like 9, and I just like strummed it, and was like, I'm a fucking musician with no chords.
Me now, dude.
With your nails.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, like I especially like grade 4 would always write songs during class and then force the teacher to let me perform them for everyone, and I sucked. Like I sucked.
But you really wanted.
Yeah. And I, from like year 5 onwards, whenever I had a crush on a guy, I would like sing the song I wrote to him at lunchtime, and he'd be like, you sound like shit, and like, go away. Because I was like very much the outcast in school. So everyone was like, oh, the weird chick's like singing a song to your crush again. And I'd be like, I'm a star. But yeah, that was fun.
Can we talk about high school? I don't really want to, but I also really want to. Like, fuck high school, for one.
Uh-huh.
Do I want to even say this stuff? Because maybe people from my school will see it one day and be like, Who the fuck did she think she was? I was definitely like a weird kid, but I had my best friend.
Your fucking wolf thing?
Don't, no, we're not doing, no. Illegal. Anyway, that's like primary school. I'm talking high school. I was like,
okay.
me and my best friend were like weird as fuck, but together we were on our own wave, and then people fucked with that. They were like, okay, they're like, they just don't give a fuck. We like that, you know? So we were like, yeah, we were just doing our own thing, and we just did not care. And we were just completely ourselves, and like, just so like prioritizing having fun and just being authentic. So I think, yeah, people caught on to that, and they're like, you know, wow, like, you guys just, you know, you're just you. We like that. So I think that was cool, but it also, like, we tended to keep to ourselves as well, I guess. But in saying that, I was very loud and, like, obnoxious in school. And then I also didn't go, yeah.
Just like it, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think I just don't agree with the school system and how it's structured, and I think there's better ways, and it's not even that hard to change it. Like, small changes they can make that will really have a big impact. You know, like, I always say it, but we all learn differently. So there's kinesthetic learners, there's audio, visual, this and that. So wouldn't it make sense to class people in the way that they learn and then teach them that way?
Yeah.
Whoa. Education system. But yeah, I left. That's why another reason, like, I left school early. I already knew where I wanted to go. Like, you know, it was arts, creative stuff always stood out to me. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go study this full time. I started like studying creative industries, which covered like photography, videography, and then from there that like led me into modeling, which led me into fashion, which then I was like, damn, I really love fashion. Studied that full time, and it took me like, I studied 6 months, went from not knowing how to sew to like completely sewing my own things and teaching myself. So that was like definitely something where I picked it up fast, and I'm like, whoa, I'm good at this, I enjoy this, and it's just fun.
Yeah, I would have thought that would have been maybe passed down, but yeah, the fact that you learned that at school is pretty sick. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people are like, whoa, 6 months you learnt to sew. I'm like, yeah, just doing my thing, you know. I think it really, like, I was supposed to do it kind of thing. Or like, the way I create stuff is probably a very like unorthodox way, I guess. Like, I don't follow the rules, because when you're creating art, why would you follow rules? There's no rules to like being successful or creating kind of thing. So why would you put yourself in a box like that? So it's like, I'll just do things my way, and then it'll turn out exactly how I want it, just through like just having faith in that, I guess.
Yeah. Well, speaking of fashion choices, I'd love to talk about the two of you's outfits. So, r.em.edy, if you like, because I'm most interested about the keychain. Like, that's pretty unique.
So this is a part of r.em.edy. This is my house key. Because
just in case you lose it, right?
Well, that's the thing. When I was like, I'm 21 now, but when I was like 18, 19, bitch was going out a lot. And
There's the English again.
always there. And I went on a bender for like 3 months. Don't ask why. We just did it. It was a vibe. Learned a lot. But yeah, I kept losing my keys. So I was like, fuck this. I'm literally just putting it around my neck like a dog. And yeah, just a part of me now.
Yeah.
And these...
I love this red padlock. I haven't seen this one. And it's like, it really just ties.
Why, thank you. These fell off a dress that I wore like 4 weeks ago. It was like attached to the dress, and I was at the strippers for brunch.
That's a great time. It's not gonna be busy, so go brunch time.
It was an occasion. It was my friend's birthday.
I know.
It was weird. Anyway, it was like one of the male stripper like shows. It was my first time going to a male one. I was just like, okay, cool. But yeah, then I was getting a lap dance, and my dress just kind of snapped, and I was like, you didn't ask.
You didn't tell me.
I'm sorry.
Every day it's a new thing.
Anyway. But yeah, so now they're a free accessory because the stripper...
Every detail. Sorry, continue.
But yeah.
Nice.
And
your earrings?
Is the sword one?
Little swords.
She lost one of them. Do you have them both? Oh, you got.
I got it back from.
Oh,
I left it somewhere and then I found it. I won't go into detail. Anyway, but yeah, I used to have these really, really sharp sword earrings from Killstar that were like, I remember I wore them in Suicide Boys mosh and my like shoulder was like sliced because they were so sharp. But these are just like AliExpress ones because they got discontinued.
Yeah, for sure.
But
and Jaida, you've talked about your outfit a little bit, but maybe some of the other accessories that you got, maybe this right here. I don't know how to septum. Septum. Is that how you? Yeah, septum. There you go.
Yeah. Damn. I don't know. How long have I had my septum? Since I've known you, probably. I don't know. It's just a part of me now. It's like, it suits me too. I get that a lot. So, not to gas myself up.
It does actually.
Thank you. Yeah. I don't know. I started like wearing leg warmers on my arms. Kind of a cool thing. Started like. The way when I make stuff to sell or like just in general stuff for myself, I always like to make a little set. So say I'm making some pants, I'll make like a balaclava to go with it or a top. Like, yeah, I generally will make a set of things. So I like to have just accessorized to the max. So it's like...
The camera died.
And that one's definitely full.
Oh, is that one?
Oh shit, so we done.
Yeah. Now we can keep going.
Yeah, we'll just put pictures of yourself.
Smiling.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I was smiling. I don't
A
like
little
this one.
slideshow.
Okay,
We'll
this
just
is
put our logo.
the
We'll just
camera's
put our
still on,
logo
yeah.
on.
Just,
Actually, we're gonna be doing photos after this, so we'll just use one of those photos. Yeah.
okay,
We'll do
fine.
our own photo shoot.
Okay,
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah.
I'll
Enjoy the
back
slideshow,
up.
guys.
Yeah.
We hope you're vibing with it. Little PowerPoint presentation.
So now I can wild out, like I can do whatever. I can,
Yeah.
Bust it.
Yeah,
my ADHD has been like containing itself, and now I'm like,
people will be like, what the fuck is going on?
they don't
On the
know.
visual side.
We're
it's
like, I'm over there writing on the whiteboard, like, oh yeah, so this happened the other week. But they don't know.
Yeah, you're saying about your clothing.
Oh yeah, I mean, I kind of wrapped that one up. But
Oh,
yeah.
beautiful. Yeah.
Sorry.
No,
Okay.
You were still about yourself.
Yeah.
I didn't finish that too.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, what about the tattoo, lastly?
Okay, this is fun. So my dad still doesn't know I have it. So hi, Dad, if you ever see
How long have
this.
you had it for?
Maybe like 2 weeks,
Oh,
or
it's
3.
fresh, yeah.
I live at home, so like every time I'm around him, I wear a scarf, and
It's a
summer,
little
and he hasn't questioned it.
Yeah.
I'm like, do you really like? Are you that? Is this how much men don't pay attention? I wear a scarf or like a handkerchief thing tied around my neck every time I'm with him,
Yeah.
around him. But okay, this one is my angel numbers. I got 3 all at one time. I'm gonna plug my tattoo artist. His name's Alex. He's dope. I don't know if you can like plug Instagrams on there, but.
Well, it's a slideshow now, so we can
Yeah,
put the name
I got-
If
up.
you got his that name, yeah.
Got
you
the
can
Eye
use
of
that.
Horus, symbol of protection. Then I've got my butterfly here, and then my angel numbers. So basically, I just see this all the time. I see angel numbers everywhere, and this one 888 means like abundance, wealth, prosperity. So that's like just something I wanted to keep close to me. And this one, butterflies, they generally like represent transformation, and I'm like, okay, I want to keep that at my heart center kind of area because I'm constantly growing, and it's just a reminder, you know, that like growth is essential.
Yeah.
So
That's it.
there's that.
And lastly, are the freckles real?
No. Why you have to expose me like that? Goddamn. Just do.
How do you get fake freckles? Like,
You just.
Makeup.
Secret. Are you trying to do
yeah, I'm just seeing how the sausage
okay,
is made.
well-
That's all.
Okay, let me plug your. I just use my eyeshadow and just dot it.
Nice.
Yeah.
You're very,
It
very
won't last.
realistic.
Like, it's cute.
You could have said yes, it's real, and I wouldn't have batted an eye.
Oh, I want to be real with my people, whoever's listening.
Like crying inside.
Just do on that part when you ask the other freckles real, just do a close up photo of my freckles.
Yeah.
And
for
just
sure.
do like a cross or like fake. Debunked.
Yeah. Exposed. I wish we could continue this interview, but thank you so much to Jaida and r.em.edy for coming through for this interview.
That was so abrupt.
I
That was
know.
just like, are your freckles real? Okay, we're done. Let's wrap it up, boys.
I got the nugget already. But
Money shot.
But any last things that you would like to leave with us? Like any shout outs or any last messages?
Shout out
whatever.
to M and shout out to you guys too. Like, thank you for having me and thank you for including me in this. And I just wanted to say that you're so talented and you know, I'm so excited to see where your future takes you and this EP as well that's dropping. Like, it's amazing. I know how much work you put into it. I'm so proud of you, man. I love you.
Oh, I love you too. That was so sweet. My CD's gonna fall out. Hold on.
They're not gonna see the camera's not rolling, but yeah,
We hugged, if anyone wants to know.
Who is there? We got.
Well, shout out.
Plenty others.
Yeah.
Wait, you finish your shout out.
And
Sorry.
also, like, just, you know, to any artists or just anyone in general that's, like, listening or watching, you know, if you want to do something, do it. Like, go for it. You know, no matter who tells you can't. I know this is corny or whatever, but, like, you know, just fucking do it. That's it. That's all I have to say. Thank you. Okay.
Beautiful. Shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for having us and putting up with our chaotic energy. We really tried to like keep it on a low. We straight before we got here, we were eating fucking Mexican burritos on the ground of a fucking car park, just firing out because I didn't want to eat it in my car. So yeah, anyway, that happened. Shout out to Jaida. I love you so much. And you're so talented. And I'm so grateful to know you.
Love you, broski.
I love you too. Yeah, and shout out to all the Melbourne artists. I think like the scene deserves so much more recognition and everyone works their asses off and is so talented. And I can't wait to see everyone shine. Yeah.
For sure. Yes, plug your social medias. Where can people find you?
At Jaida The Creator, and it's Jaida The Creator for all your...
I was going to ask that before the interview ended. How did you guys get your aliases?
Okay, well, Jade is my middle name, and I feel like Emma doesn't really match, like, my creations and my personality in general. I'm like, I need something a bit more, you know, as you said before, eccentric. I need something that suits. I feel like that's just me at this point. So yeah, because Emma's a bit just, it's just, and I'm not, I'm like, Yeah, that's it. Shut up.
She really went,
You know, well, that's how. Stop. Now you explain. Because she's the remedy. She's the motherfucking...
It's really fucking, like, stupid that my name's Remedy because I'm, like, clinically, like, so unwell.
Yeah, because remedy's remedy, right?
Because all you need is yourself.
But, yeah, it's kind of like, I'm my own remedy, and that's why there's the dots to single out M. As I said, this symbolizes that I'm my own remedy and kind of similar to the message on loving all these men. Like, you only need yourself, and you are the cure. You don't have to find it in someone else, or in a materialistic thing, or in society. It's just in you. And on socials, it's r.em.edy. I mainly use Instagram. If you want to see manic stories, go check it out. There's probably one up right now. Yeah, I'm going to shut up now.
That was good.
That was dope. And where can we find us, man?
You can find us The Real Melbourne _ on Instagram. You can go to realmelbourne.com to find our podcasts, playlists, MIXSHOWS, about us bio.
Will this be on Spotify?
Yeah,
yes.
You can catch
That's a
us.
vibe.
Hell yeah, please search my name up on Spotify and give
Search
me
my
a stream so I can
tracks.
have 0.0000001 cents.
That's
Thank
it.
you.
Keep them streams up, you know.
Yeah.
Spotify
Thank
is
you.
starving us a little bit. But yes.
Music industry, man.
It's tough. Always plugging.
Cut the cameras.
And you can also,
Yes.
you can also find the podcast on Spotify, YouTube. Where else can you find it? Apple Podcasts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
SoundCloud.
It's been a minute. It's always a minute. Thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you ladies for being on and share your thoughts and the laughs. And thank you Alex for booking the place.
And thank you, Jesus.
Love one another, appreciate the environment, and last but not least, be grateful for where you go.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.